All right, we are live on YouTube also. We are live everywhere now. All right. So good morning. This is the Trading Cyborg, and I hope you are faring on very well. I hope you have had a great night. The journey is getting tougher, but the journey is getting tougher each day. So it is only the strong to survive right now. Trading is boring, but the more you wanna start trading, the more you love trading. Okay? So, welcome once again. I'm also considering to also be going live during the New York session. So let's wait for at least 5 people to join us. All right, we are four. We are four of us. All right. So I'm considering going live even during the New York session, because I've realized we are having setups during the New York session, and sometimes I'm eating those setups alone, and it is not a very nice thing. I will explain yesterday's setups so that you understand why it is important that I be going live during the New York session. Alright, let's just continue the way we are. So good morning once again. Today is on Wednesday of 28th January on a Wednesday. So I'm thinking about taking this trade. Before even we discuss anything further, there's a trade that I'm about to take right now. Something like that. So we shall keep our eye on the ball as we talk. Our eyes on the ball as we talk. Just closing above this OB immediately with a small retest, I must go in. I must go in and continue with the trend. Yesterday I got a very good run from this point to this point during the New York session. So I've been thinking that I should be also live streaming during the New York session so that we are able to capture all these moves together. You see, if I can live stream for only 2 hours during the New York session, it will benefit everyone. And I also have the strength, and I have the energy, and I have the spirit. I have everything. I have time. I have nothing but time. So this is the time we build. This is the only year we have, let me tell you. We have, those billionaires are saying we have approximately 4 years up to 2030 before AI takes over most of the things. So for everyone who is not here, they are joking with their future, let me tell you. Let me put this diagram here so that as soon as it breaks, you will not even hear. We shall just continue talking as I get in. So you'll not even know when I'm getting in. I'll just tell you I am in. So I'm telling you, almost all these billionaires are saying we are entering the age of abundance, or the post-labor age. Okay? The post-labor age. So the post-labor age is where there is going to be so much abundance that you will not need an income. Sounds good, right? Right? Right. It sounds very good that we shall be paid something called the universal basic income. The universal basic income. So everyone will have a salary. So the premise or the foundation of the universal basic income is that we don't have to work. No, we don't have to produce to have value in this world. That is the foundation of the universal basic income. But this universal basic income comes with a lot of problems. First, you will not be able to own anything. So I'm just saying what they are saying. I don't know whether it is true. But when you look around you, artificial intelligence is not going anywhere. AI is not going anywhere. It is here to stay with us. So when we are all given the universal basic income, what happens is they start to take away your rights slowly by slowly. So if you post something on social media which they don't like, they freeze your universal basic income. So as traders, that is why we are here every morning. We want to create our wealth, so much wealth, that even if we shall get to that point, at least we will get to that point in the best financially possible way. Because whether there will be a universal basic income or not, problems will still exist. and no one is going to give you enough money such that now all your needs are met. No, 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 no. It will just be enough money if that is if we shall be given that money. So it is better to create a skill right now which is going to still serve us even 5-10 years from now. Now I can see GBPUSD is so if you are in this live session, you have to know one thing. It is you who is in charge of your own future. Okay? And as everyone else is saying trading is a scam, us, we are building wealth slowly, the legitimate way, the proper way. There is a proper way and there is a wrong way. So we are doing it the proper way. The proper way is where we don't have to lose our money. That is the proper way of trading the markets. We don't have to lose any money for us. We are here to make money. We don't have too much ego. Okay? We accept when we are wrong and we move on very fast. When we are right, we don't get carried away by the trade. And the other thing, this is not a do or die. We shall not die if we don't make money in the first few years. It is a learning process just like any other. Very nice, very nice. Can you see what is happening right now? It's about to be a par. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. Hey, you guys, I'm not waiting. I'm getting in. Very nice. It's coming. It's coming back. It's coming back. But really, we have closed above. So, any point from now, you can decide to go in if you want. I'm going in immediately. I'm going in immediately. I'm in that trade. I'm in. I know it is going to come and retest again. But I'm in. I'm very, very much in. So, stop loss. Okay. That is the trade. I know it is going to, how many pips are this? So, if it comes back to this level, only 4 pips. So if it comes back to this level, I might add some more positions. Where is my stop loss going to be placed? So my stop loss will be below there. That is the point of invalidation. So around 20 pips. No, or suppose we are beginning the session, I would rather we are out there. So that means I have to reduce my stop loss. Alright, so my risk is below that structure, 1.37587. 1.37587. No, 1.3788844 All right, when you go to the 4 hour, when you go to the 4 hour, we are just taking advantage of price breaking. Imagine, price has just broken there. It continuously breaks the highs. It's just breaking these highs every day, every day, every day, every day. DXY has broken these lows, and it looks like it's not going to. Well, it has retested them. It has retested that level, so it seems that we are continuing down, 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 down. And yesterday, when I engaged my artificial intelligence, they gave us a very interesting answer, and that is where I also learned something. So every day is a learning. Every day is a learning day. So GBPUSD is doing a retest. Let's come here. So right now we are witnessing a huge surge in gold and silver and dumping of the USD. So all this is dumping. This is a very huge dump, my friends. A huge one. A seriously huge one. And not everything is technical based. So there are explanations for fundamental occurrences. Why is price behaving like that? This on a fundamental level. Okay. So when gold is going up, so gold is just creating new highs, new highs, new highs, new highs, new highs. So gold does not move because it is valuable. It moves because it is nobody's liability. When gold surges, markets are saying confidence in fiat currencies is weakening. So the confidence in the money paper is weakening. Future purchasing power is in question. Investors prefer preservation over growth. This often signals inflation fears, debt sustainability concerns, political or geopolitical instability, loss of faith in central bank and control, because gold means that this is capital which is going into hiding. So people are not putting their money in hedge funds. They're not putting their money in banks. They are trying to buy gold with all the measure. Now this one is one which is very interesting to me. Silver going up. So silver is interesting to me because first of all, silver is not known. In fact, I've never traded silver in all my life. I've never traded silver. This is the time I'm hearing of it, like seriously hearing of it everywhere. So silver surging is fear plus growth tension. Silver is unique because it sits between monetary metal and industrial metal. When silver surges alongside gold, it means investors expect monetary instability, but also expect real economic demand to remain or expand. Inflation is expected to persist rather than to be temporary. Silver surging confirms that this isn't just a panic, this is a regime shift. Silver is more volatile than gold, so when it joins the move, conviction is strong. Now, when the dollar is dipping, the gold capital is exiting the reserve currencies because the US dollar is the world's pricing unit, settlement currencies, debt anchor. When the dollar weakens, while metals rise, foreign capital is reducing USD exposure. Global investors are hedging against US debt. So this often means expectations of rate cuts, loss of yield advantage. I don't even know what that means. So the combined signal is that when all the three happen, the market is saying we don't trust paper money in the near future, but we still expect demand, inflation, and instability. So the only thing we need to learn from this is that something deeper is happening. And most people are saying it is de-dollarization. So de-dollarization is when, because the dollar is the primary currency exchange of the world. Every country in the world has dollar reserves. So what they want to do is to de-dollarize. That is to remove its power. It has a lot of power. To remove its power by making it not a reserve currency anymore. Okay? Of course, the dollar is going to fight back. But this is what I suspect is happening on the deeper level. So, if that is happening, our work should be, in fact, when we make profits, we buy assets. Make profits, buy assets. Make profits, buy assets. That's the lesson on investing. I'm telling you. So assets are like long-term stocks. You can buy long-term stocks. Okay? So our GBPUSD trade is going on well. So the dollar is undergoing de-dollarization. So in the next 10 years, the dollar might not be the reserve currency of the world. Just imagine that. That is how the world changes. Right in front of our eyes. That is how the world changes. Right in front of our eyes. We are making history right now. So we shall be discussing these issues 10 years from now and seeing whether our hypothesis was right, that the dollar is no longer the reserve currency of the world. But we don't care about that. The only thing we care about as traders, as I told you, we are sadists. We make money even when others are suffering. But unfortunately, that is the world. That is the jungle. Because even us here, when we lose, no one cares about us. So when we win, when others are losing, it is a fair game. When we win big, when the world is falling apart, just look at the dollar. Imagine, look at the dollar. Just look at the dollar and tell me whether we are not. Huh? Imagine. Yes. Imagine. So the dollar was consolidating around 196. So 196. And as you know from my live lessons, you know one thing, that when we have a strong Marubozu-like candle close below, then the trend is confirmed. Ladies and gentlemen, the trend is confirmed. At least to the level of experience I have, that when we close with a strong Marubozu candle, this is now we are entering the land of milk and honey. Because these are levels which have never been broken before. Okay? Remember, these are not just lows. This is the low of the year. So let me drop yesterday's gems again, because you might have forgotten, and I want to remind you again so that you cannot forget. You see, the good thing about these live sessions is I will keep on reminding you until you get used to them. So yesterday we spoke about what? High and low of the day. Now I want you to understand. I want to show you why we are witnessing why we are making history right now. So I want to show you why. So just follow along. So we have the high and low of the day, which are very important in our trading. Okay, we also have highs and lows of the week. And before that, we also have highs now we call them quarterly highs and lows. Then we have yearly highs and lows. Now, brethren, now, believe it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, we are currently at the low of the year. I have never ever caught a low. Why have I never caught a low of the year in my life? I have never caught a low of the year since I began trading. I just backtest it and then I see this was the low of the year. But now I am witnessing price breaking the low of the year. So the low of the year of 2025, that is 18th September. So this was also a significant low. So price is breaking the low of 2025 and invalidating this low. It's a very strong low when you look at it critically. A very strong low, but price has closed below it, both at the body level and both at the week weak level. So down here, only liquidity awaits us. So liquidity and more liquidity, liquidity and more liquidity, liquidity, more liquidity. By the way, today we also have CPI. So we shall be here doing CPI also. So now this is the weekly time frame. When we drop to the daily time frame, from this point to this point, that is liquidity. So when you look at GBPUSD, it's correlating this is our GBPUSD trade. So when you look at it, on GBPUSD, let's go to the daily time frame. That is why GBPUSD is creating new highs daily. I'm not sure where GBPUSD is headed also. Yeah. So now we are coming for all this liquidity now. All this liquidity, we are coming for it. It's like an invasion of pips. How many pips are these? Around 453. So around 43,000. Around 43,000. That is where we are waiting for that. That is the next level of liquidity. So price to come and take out this level. So in the daily time frame, so that is our GBPUSD trade. Then we have gold. You can also look at gold. What's happening on gold? Huh? How can gold move? 1,000. Can you see this? How can gold move 1600 pips in hmm, less than 24 hours? So this is the now this is the silver. It's getting a lot of attention. So if silver breaks this level, although I don't know whether we have silver in our, we can continue to buy. That is, it breaks that level. So we can check on USD. You see what I told you? The good thing about USD is that it respects levels. So for example, our alert is here. And why did we set our alert there? Is it because of the Fibonacci? Yes, but I forgot. So our alert is there. So I'm anticipating even today, it is going to come and collect more liquidity down here. These are easy peasy. This is easy peasy for USD. So I'm also putting a buy limit on USD. So let me put that trade first. There's no way we shall analyze, then I fail to take that trade. Okay. What is that? Where do I want to see USD? 48,780. So buy limit. So we put on a buy limit. If you don't know what a buy limit is, you have to check on the internet. So 48,780. So I have also placed a buy limit on 48,780. 48,780. Yes, so 48,780. We might be back here again during the New York session. Look at this beauty here. This is sweet spot level filled. Now this is the good thing about US30. US30 will never disappoint you. Now you have taken the daily level also and extrapolated it on the price of US30 from this level, from the highest low to the highest high. And you might ask, why have I not picked this high and this high? But it is because they are not useful for our case right now. This is what is most useful for our case. So this will be a sweet spot. I would like to test this level and see whether the price is going to continue carrying us to 51,000, because I told you once you break this level, there's no limit as to where that pair is going. This is all milk and honey here, and we must be prepared. Are you still following? So I was taking those trades. I had to take those trades. I had to take those trades because to me they look like good trades. Now on gold, I don't know that I can find a good entry because because I would like something like this, but now gold has been very reluctant. I imagine, but let me not regret again. But I still regret not taking this trade here. This is a very good trade. In fact, if someone would have gotten in at using just 0.05, yeah. But nevertheless, here we are. So if price is able to take us from this level, from this retesting our low of the week and retesting this candle again, then it is possible for price to take us up to 51 level. And if it is going to take us to 51 level, I will have to try as hard also to take profits on the way and to add more to my trade. So GBPUSD is still hovering around, but we shall give it time because it has confirmed. So because it is FOMC today, by the way, today is FOMC. So the market might be slow during these sessions, but let us see how this trade is going to play out. Then we are going to be set again for FOMC. Now for gold, I know this is selfish, but I would wish, wishes are, if wishes were horses, we will all ride. I wish gold would come back to this level, because I don't know, man. Getting in at that level. No, it's not very appealing to me. Just getting in like right now, it's not very appealing. Unless I put my stop loss down here. But based on the premise that gold has to create such lows, I know at some point it will still come and try to retest this level. So we just have to be patient. After all, we already have two traps in the markets. A lot of patience, and not just patience, setting alerts. So for example, I have to set this alert. Okay, it is created. No. 50 98.274. Yes, that is why I want my alert to be. You see? Ah, bus. What? Bus. So I don't know. Let us wait and see. So I've set an alert there because this is the only logical and safe place I can comfortably get in gold. That is comfortably getting and comfortably hold that trade. This is the most logical place I can do that. Trust me, you. Because what I'm seeing here is that gold is trending even at night. Imagine. It is trending at night. It is trending during the Asian session. It is trending during the Asian session here again. Basically, at very ungodly hours. Imagine, look at this. Trending during the Asian session. Look at this. Asian session trending. Even during these markets which are slow. Asian session. So I think if it gave us an entry here, which is very painful to oh my god, which is very painful to look at, it can give us another entry, and we shall get into that entry and we shall win again. So up to from our point of entry, it has gone around 7,327 pips. That is just by using technical analysis. So if it will get to level 5100 and do a retest, just the same way it did here. So it was consolidating for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 5 days until they gave a signal. So as we are getting into February, if it will consolidate for maybe a few days, then give us a signal, we shall be waiting. So that is the only way I can get in on gold. But US 30, I have already set my trap, ready and waiting. I'm waiting for price to come and collect more liquidity down here, and also come and take us in at take us in at 48,800, which is an IPL level, something I talked about yesterday. IPL level. Okay. So either choose to get in aggressively or relax. Relax. Let the meat come to you, because the meat will always come to you. Let us see how our GBPUSD trade is going. So it wants to do a retest on the day. It wants to do a retest on the day I bought. So the only way this trade is going to be invalidated for me is if it closes below. So I have had to reduce my stop loss because I had put my stop loss here. So that is very close. Very, very close. So I have decided to put it below here. So I'm not expecting much. I can take how many pips? These are 20. They are around 20 because I got in around there. So it's 10 a.m. You see, the biggest challenge in forex trading is learning to analyze and take losses gracefully. So we shall wait and see. Now if my mind is too fixated on this single trade, you might not do anything else. So that's the trade idea. My idea is that price has already retested this level, and by retesting this level, it has also closed above, at least considerably. Now it should give us a second entry to these liquidity levels here. What about GBP? No, Euro USD. I don't know, is it possible for price to get to that level? 72 pips. I think it is possible for price to get to that level. So with price playing with us like that, there's a possibility that price is going to push is going to come all the way down here to collect more liquidity before doing what? Before buying again. So that is why it is hesitating like that. Because I don't dispute this is a very strong level, but still remember we are in a seek and destroy environment where we are waiting for news today in the afternoon, during the no in the evening. So my assumption is that price all right, it's moving. but regardless, we have our stop loss on. However, what I was saying is we have a very significant level here, which we cannot just draw away. So this is a sweet spot level. By the way, I'm out. Now we are almost 1 hour in the trade, and the trade is just playing games on us. So I'm out. I get out very fast if a trade is not giving me what I want. So we have a sweet spot level based on yesterday's move. So another thing I'm discovering right now is that we have been getting into the markets very early. We are still in the daylight savings, so now I'm out of my GBPUSD trade because I've given it more than half an hour to think about whether it wants to make me some good money, and it has not. Now the next step I'm putting a buy at this level. Let me show you. $37, $311. If we are going to buy right now, we are definitely going to get another entry in the next live session. Well. It is buying right in front of our eyes. So these are the, now for example right now I cannot go back in because I already got out. A serious buy. I don't know that it's going to do a retest. I'm not sure. So sometimes we shall make mistakes of leaving money on the table or getting out too early. Now you just witnessed me making a mistake. One very big mistake. Alright, we are having a retest. Seems like we're having a retest on that level. Oh yes. The reason I got out of that trade is simple. When we started the market analysis on Monday, I told you one thing. Me, I'm looking to engage the markets after FOMC. After, not before, after. Because what I am looking for has to present itself very easily. For example, yesterday's trade from this level to this level is what made me think that I should be coming for the for New York, because this is a trade we had talked about yesterday. Okay, so I was able to take this trade during the New York session. However, I took my profits at around 34 pips. So this was a clean, clear trade. Even this one was a clean, clear trade. But remember, we are still operating in dangerous conditions. I don't like engaging even when there seems to have such volatility. This is unusual for me, because most of the days when there is no news, most of the days when there is no news, the market is usually very choppy, extremely choppy. So I think that's the land but still it was a trade like any other. I should have given it a chance. So that was a mistake on my end. I think I should have just given the trade a chance. So what we shall do, we shall wait for the New York session, or possibly wait for the FOMC to come out. We might see the pair but I'm not sure. I don't know whether it will do that. It would be interesting to see whether the pair is going to come to this level for a retest, for a Wednesday retest. But if not, we shall get those entries during the New York session. So the market will communicate to us. All right. This is Euro Pound. I don't know. I think there's a possibility of price getting to these levels. Something is telling me price will get to these levels during FOMC, which is happening today. Something is telling me that. So I should not also ignore that voice. Something is telling me price might get to FOMC is one heavy kind of news. So, and if price is going to get these levels, I would better be prepared also. So I have buy limits now. Because I can see price collecting liquidity at using any means possible. just to trap people first. So I am taking a buy limit at this level. As I said, I want to get the best price, and you can see price has just been, in fact it has not moved from that time. So even my decision of getting out was right. Okay, so buy limit. So the other reason I've gotten out is because I can see potential. You know, when you see potential, I can see potential of this price getting to this level, mitigating these blocks, and then giving us an opportunity to get in. So why would I not want to wait for price to get to that level? And the way we know FOMC, if you know FOMC, 1.19066, and then my stop loss will be around, because if you know it's very all right. I shall just put an alert on this. I'll put an alert like that, and then yes, just an alert. So I have buy limits on GBPUSD. I have buy limits on Euro USD and USD. So I am betting that price potential can get those levels, because they are very good sweet spots. Even you can see for yourself. You can see. If price does not do that, well and good. We tried. That is what matters. So don't think this trending phenomenon is normal. It is not normal. When there is no news and we have FOMC coming, the market is usually doing like this. But as before we started the live, we discussed why this is happening. So even for GBPUSD, I have a buy limit here. Remember, it is just a trap. So if you have a chance to get in at a sweet spot level, take the chance. Get out of a bad trade. Take the chance. So will I get back in right now? No, I will not get in. Because this market is fattening people for slaughter now. It's just fattening people for slaughter. And you will see this when it is too late. So, because you have to be prepared on both sides, so if price breaks that level, this is a good thing about trading. You can make money betting everywhere as long as you have the knowledge. and you have the ruthlessness to get out of bad trades. Now if price breaks that level and then gives us a small retest, we have to come to that level. We have to. So we sacrifice. Aye, those are 60 pips, my friend. I don't know whether you see, these are 60 pips. So when close below this level, we just have to retest and then come here to this level. So that will be our new sweet spot zone now. Do I regret getting out at break even? No, I don't. Let it go if it's going. I think it was an intuition I have gotten. Intuition. And yet I was regretting it. Why was I regretting this? So everywhere we have set traps in anticipation for any bad thing which can happen along the way. So for Euro USD, we want to see this fair value gap filled and then price taking us to the next level it wants to take us. For USD, we have set our price alert here. This is where we want to take our next trades. So what you can see here is us. Now if USD wants to do us dirty and it does not want to come to this level, then the lowest entry mechanism for a buy trade is if it breaks. Very nice. That's a good information I never had. So if it does not get to this level, then it has to break this level and then retest it so that we can continue going up. So for that, we'll have to be in the markets. Whether we like it or not, we will have to be in the markets. So you can see everywhere traps ahead of FOMC. Let me put this. So we have FOMC. That is why I'm very ruthless with that trade, because it will have wasted my time and my peace of mind thinking about it, and I don't want to think about a bad trade, not at all. So our next levels are this level, so 1.3729. We get to this level, then we have the go ahead now to continue buying confidently, because if you don't get to this level, my brethren, we have to protect what is ours. And you can see already we have our low of the week. Just imagine, we have a clean low of the week. So what do I mean by clean low of the week? So price, this is the lowest low price has formed, and then it also broke this level and then came and retested. Imagine it retested this level. But nevertheless, yesterday I was also very skeptical about taking any trades. That is why I ended the live session very early. So, but during the day, we got a very clean retest. And when I talk about clean, it was a clean retest. A clean retest. So The next retest is at this level now. This is level 1.37311. That is the level you're waiting for price to get. Why? Because of FOMC. I don't need to explain any further. When you think about FOMC, think about a sword, and both sides of that sword are sharp. Then think about your account, and then think about FOMC, and then think about that sword. Then think about those three things. Then you understand what I'm saying. And you understand that this sword has experience of more than 400 years. So when you think about FOMC or the pre-market conditions of FOMC, you have to be very ruthless, even you in your own trades. For example, you have seen that my rule, if price does not give me profits in 25 to 30 minutes, I get out, has worked. Even if I was regretting it, I've just executed it. If you rewind back, you'll hear me regretting that decision. You'll hear me regretting that decision I have made. But do I regret it right now? No. Even if price went back to buying, will I regret it? No. Let us wait for FOMC first. So the other thing I want to, when does the daylight savings end? So the daylight savings will end in March 8th. So daylight savings mean our kill zone hours are pushed 1 hour ahead. So our kill zones are pushed 1 hour ahead. So from tomorrow, I might be live streaming from 10 a.m., not 9 a.m. because when I take a trade, it indicates that I've taken that trade at 8 a.m., yet it is 9 a.m. So that means we are still in the daylight savings mode. So normally the market opens at 9 a.m., but when we're in the daylight savings mode, the market opens 1 hour later. So even for the New York session, if the session begins at 3 p.m., you add +1, so +4. So 4 p.m. is when I almost got hit. So there's a possibility that this session will not trend so much, but towards lunchtime, price will maybe get to this to which level? Let me show you. It may break this level, and then it is going to give us an entry, and when it gives us an entry, this is our entry up to this point. We are not greedy. Just some 60 pips. 60 pips. So you see now the good thing about being ruthless is that when I get a good price, a good confirmation like this one now. So yesterday I ate from this point to this point. Now today I am foreseeing myself eating from this point to this point. You just have to get some confirmations. Forgot limits. Coming up 15 minutes. So for sure, when price crosses below this level and then comes and retests again, is there anyone watching us on YouTube? So you can all see what price is doing. These are the psychological games price likes to play on us during these moments of FOMC. FOMC. So price wants to break that level. So we will wait for price to do what price wants to do. And then ours will just be to take advantage. But I would love to see what price will be doing during FOMC. That is why I don't want even to risk my money right now. So action, there's a lot of action going on today. Sasa choo yangu ndio nasubiri kwa nini? So our work is just waiting for now. So if you are not waiting, I don't know what you are doing, because no way I'm getting inside that trade again. I cannot go back in. My thesis was proved right when I got out, and the price never continued with the trend. It means you must come and collect liquidity here, at this level. Must. So either you wait or you take a risk which you never wanted. So you choose. So I will end the live session here, but before you take any trade, I'll wait for the New York session. We shall be here. We shall be back. That's from around 7 to no around around 9 to 11. Yes, around 9 to 11. So I'll be here back again 9 to 11, but I'm going to inform you earlier. So watch out.